Hello everyone, welcome to Railworks. My name is James and today we're doing another locomotive review, this one being a redo of my original Farish SECR N Class review. So yeah, here it is, and I must say this is actually my favourite locomotive in my collection. There is actually a new one which is meant to be come out, which is the sound version. I was originally going to do this review as a review of that one, but since it's taken a little while, I'll do this one first. So yeah, here it is, and let's get all the boring stuff out of the way first. So the product code for this one is, just make sure you can see it, it is 372-932, N Class 260, running number 31811 in BR black with lake crest. It is also 6-pin. You can get it in a couple of liveries, first of all being BR Black in late or early crest. You also can get it in Southern Green, which is very nice, which I haven't got, which I do want. And you can get it in SECR Grey. So I'll put that there. Inside you do get a little detail pack, but it just looks like it has a... Ooh. Try and get it out. I sort of got it out earlier. Inside you do have some route indicator discs, just the odd one or two, some extra steps which I'm not going to fit because I'll probably glue myself together or glue the train together, some spare, some extra little bits of couplings, little coupling hooks on the end which I haven't bothered fitting, and a few extra pipes here and there as well. So I shall pop that all back together. Inside you also get the usual bits of paper, which is the Join the Backman Club and also the product warranty, which I'll pop over there because I'm not going to read it. You also get the instructions for the N Class, which is running in, which is basically 1 hour either direction, or half hour if you want to really get into playing with the trains. Curves, it's recommended second radius, but it can go around first radius. Body removal, decoder fitting, and lubrication, all that usual stuff. Where to fit all the bits and pieces, like the decoder is in the tender, which is very easy to remove. Also where to fit all the extra little bits, and also how to remove the body and the exploded diagram. And on the back there's absolutely nothing. And just to finish off with the boring stuff, I'm going to have a quick look at the weight. Since it's a bit long, I have to stick it on some track. It is 50.2 grams, so it is double a Mark 1. So quite happy with that. And yes, the decoder, if you don't lose this bit, the decoder is very easy to fit. You just pop this off. There, it's back on. Done. And yeah, the coal is removable, and you can fit your own coal. Ooh, hands a bit. Easy way to remove it is just go like that. But yes, let's get onto the actual class itself. It is very well nicely done. It is loco driven, so the motor is inside. There is pickups on all 6 drive wheels and also all 6 tender wheels. It has NEM pockets either end. Detail is very nicely done. It's all, I said, it's quite heavy to touch. Cab interior detail is extremely nice. Since it is a very open cab, they have done the effort to put in all the little painting of fiddly bits. It has got glazing, from what I remember, or from what I can see. Yes, it has got glazing. The lining is very nicely done. And also the warning markings, which you'll be able to see a bit more better in the close-up just here. See, it's very nicely done. The riveting is also quite nicely, I keep saying quite nicely done as well, but it is quite very nicely done. And you see the vacuum piping as well. Let's give you a nice quick view. The back is also quite well done too, and also handrails and everywhere as per usual. So the only thing which can actually added to this is all the little details in the detail pack, and the valve gear and wheels are all the wheels are all painted black, which is all correct, and the valve gear is very fine and runs very smoothly. And I really can't fault anything about this model, which is wrong way around, which is why it's my favourite. It runs beautifully, and here's what I think this was actually my first Southern locomotive, so very good start into getting into Southern, really. Yeah, I'm very happy with it. Also, extra bit of detail, has got piping down here by the rear wheel. I will have to mention it does have traction tyres, which is actually, make sure that's not going to pop out. It does have traction tyres on the rear driving axle, but I know most people don't really like them, but it does give it that extra bit of traction, so it will pull anything you put behind it. And detail underneath, well, not much, because you're not really going to be looking under here. It does have a little bits here and there, and this does swing quite freely. It does have one of them leaf spring brass things underneath. And yeah, like I said, I've not had any issues with this model. The only thing which I did have was I sneezed while putting it on the layout one day, and the tender popped off. Luckily it's just the little clip here and there, just pop it back on. So yeah, I'm going to stop ogling at my lovely N Class and put it on the turntable so you lot can ogle at it as well. Then I'll tell you a bit more about the prototype, and then we can get it onto the layout. So I'll see you in a bit. The SECR N Class was a type of 260 Mogul steam locomotive designed in 1914 by Richard Maudsley for mixed traffic duties on the South Eastern and Saturn Railway. Built between 1917 and 1934, it was the first non-GWR type to use and improve upon the basic design principles established by the GWR Chief Mechanical Engineer George Jackson Churchward. The N Class was based on the GWR 4300 class design, improved with Midland Railway concepts. 80 N Class locomotives were built in 3 batches between the First and Second World Wars. 50 were assembled from kits of parts made at the Royal Arsenal in Woolwich, giving rise to the nickname of Woolworths. The N Class was the first to combine Churchward design principles with the best practices of other railways. It was an important step in the development of the British 260, providing inspiration for the LOS Hughes Crab of 1926 and later Maudsley designs. The class was used to haul services over most of the SECR network and becoming a familiar sight in the difficult cross-country route between Tonbridge and Reading, of which the steeper gradients had taxed the company's 440s and 060 designs. After grouping in 1923, the class remained on the former SECR network, which was incorporated into Southern Railway's eastern section. Typical services included Ramsgate, Ashford and Hither Green freights, and Cannon Street to Dover passenger trains. The entire class came into British Railways ownership in 1948 and could be seen in most areas of the southern region. The utility of the N Class as a capable mixed traffic locomotive ensured their continued use until withdrawal in 1966. One N Class locomotive is preserved on the Swanage Railway in Dorset, undergoing overhaul. Right, here we are on my Gosport layout. As you can see, the N Class is sat there rather nicely. One thing which I did forget to mention earlier was that for the detail is that the stamped detail is also quite well applied as well. So no, there's basically nothing out of the ordinary with it, but no, there's nothing which shouldn't be there really. Anyway, there's also the other thing that I do have to mention is that my N Class is also DCC fitted, which means it does perform somewhat differently to DC at slower speeds, I think, and also it does have the gradual speed up and slow down, which is depending on the chip. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the slow speed, which if you look very carefully, it can go very slowly. And in reverse, let's see how slow we can get it. Also trying not to move the camera too much, but trying to do this one-handed with the camera and one-handed with the control. I think the only thing which could make this better is if it had I don't think it's got a flywheel, but if it had one, it would definitely improve it. Anyway, let's give it a nice brisk pace going round. A gentle pace anyway. And that motor is extremely quiet. Even if you give it a nice long faster run, as like so, it is rather quiet. Slow it down a little bit too much there, but just try and swap hands as well. Let's try and make sure it doesn't catch on anything. And that's probably, there we go. Right, quite sure that is a nicer test. Really need more hands or longer ones or something like that, but yes, quite sure you lot will approve that it runs very nicely. Now, anyway, we have got a test rake all set up, which is 8 Mark 1 coaches. They are in blood and custard today. And yeah, each one of these weighs roughly about 25 grams. So 2 of these make the same weight as the N Class. So this will be 4 times its own weight. So let me just carefully pop it on the other track, out short-circuiting anything, because DCC is a bit iffy like that sometimes. Just make sure it runs fine. And also give it a bit more space to couple up. Right. Move this to a bit of a straight so you can see better. And yeah, let's get the N Class to couple up on its own. Maybe a bit more faster. And that seems like a very nice coupling. Well, coupling. Don't know why I said it weirdly. Anyway, let's go see slow speed. Slow speed, it doesn't seem to be bothered, and going faster, it probably doesn't seem to be bothered either. Nope. So we can pull 8 times its own weight with no issues. And I think this is a rather nice pace, so we'll keep this. And it's a very nice running loco. Price, just try and remember the prices. I think I got this for about 114 when it originally came out. I think prices now, I think about 120 to 130, that wouldn't surprise me. That is for the newer release, which isn't quite out yet, so you might be able to find it at 114 if you shop around a bit more. The newest one is also coming out in sound, which you can expect probably about £200 for. I will be getting one of them because I said this is my favourite loco, and I might as well get my favourite loco and sound. Just need to wait for them to actually release it. And yeah, that's the SECR N Class from Graham Farish. And yeah, as opposed to what I normally do, I'm just going to let it run around for a little while, because like I said, I do like this loco. And I hope you lot like it as well. Very nice runner, isn't she? Anyway, this has been James from Gosport Railworks, and I hope you enjoy your day. If you like the video, feel free to subscribe, like and comment. If you don't like the video, well, I hope you enjoy your day anyway. So yeah, I'm going to let this run around for a bit more. Anyway, hope you have a nice time, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye now.